Hello, yes, it's Thursday night again, and it's the Party Tits, and it's the Party Tits barbecue party. We literally were like, what the fuck kind of party can we do? We feel like there's 25 of these shows, and we were running out of ideas, hence fucking fetish clubs in Germany from last week. But then it was like, half of us have spent our entire week being at barbecues. Why not do a barbecue party? These are supposed to be summer glasses, by the way, not mad German synth pop professor glasses. I'm going to just get rid of them, to be honest. I'm going to just get rid of them. Here I am. It's me. It's Ben. You can hear them laughing in the background, which is great, which is a great sound, as Yay! Did. And There's going to be a special surprise, because between playing one clip, the countdown, and the other clip, the title sequence, there was a bit of nosebleed from somebody's live location, and we're going to find out where it is. Well, we're going to bring people in. First and foremost, we're going to bring where is he? Hold on. There we are. Okay. It was Ailish and Keego. Look, everybody, we knew what was going to happen, and isn't it all the better for understanding that it did? It's Ailish and Keego.
Hello.
Keego, my old mate. So, okay, I'm where I always am. Everybody recognizes this. Everybody recognizes the white, bland background and the light switch behind my head that signifies Ben is doing some stuff. But, Keego, first, we'll go to you. It may also look like you're just in the normal, strange, ill-lit bedroom that you're always in, but you're not. You're on your holidays, mate, with the family. Are you not? Hold on, let me pigify you.
Oh wow, that is very unnecessary. As you can see, I've gotten all the sun over the last week. I'm down in beautiful Cork here with the little ones. I brought them to Spike Island today, which is a prison, and I left them there. But before we move on, I just have one bone of contention with you, Ben, this week, host. As you can see by my handle tonight, my dyslexia got the best of me, and I misread your email. So I'm very disappointed that this is a BBQ party and not a BBW.
And you thought it was a big, beautiful women party, right? Okay, well, I love how Ailish is vamping it, and she had her microphone off there. That was cool. Okay, so Keego, you're on holiday. We'll have more from you. Ailish was trying to play up to the idea that she was a big, beautiful woman, and now she has utterly frozen, and there is no way. I mean, there we are. Oh, there she's back. She's back.
Oh,
are you there?
back.
Are you
there,
Ailish?
When you have someone on the news like Theresa Mannion going,
"Yep,
hello in the studio," like it's just was the best idea for me, because I had my freedom this week. People might remember I was in lockdown last week, but it's also the worst nightmare for tech.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's why we were pushing this possible live show to the end. Yeah. Let's see it. Yeah.
Totally. Great. So I am having my barbecue out in a balcony. I don't know if people can see that.
Oh my God, that.
So this is a good time to say, if you donate to our coffee page, I can continue to live here. So we're going to have the link to the coffee page showing up shortly. And every little helps, guys. Every little helps. And goes towards the children in need.
It is lovely. Everyone's having a nice time.
I'm always hustling.
Everyone's light looks pretty good apart from mine, and it looks like that bit where they find Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now, and he's gone mad, and there's just like the shred of sunlight bursting in from the tent flap. It's like, I've seen some stuff, boy. So it's the barbecue. It is the barbecue. Ailish, are you actually having a barbecue? Oh, she's gone again. She's gone. And we thought that the tech problems were going to come from Keego in the middle of nowhere in Cork. It turns out it's...
Could someone we need to screenshot that. I would screenshot.
Oh, there you are. There, she's back. She's back.
Do you want me to go? Will I go back to my usual studio if I keep cutting out? Do you want to give me 2 minutes?
Are you having a barbecue? Are you cooking any meat below where we can see your face?
No, I'm having a Copperberg. I'm eating crisps and eating jelly worms.
That works. That works.
That
works.
You know, that's what you kind of eat. That's your diet when you're waiting on the food to cook.
Yeah.
Keego
does not look impressed.
Every single thing the two of you just said had 17 different meanings, and I didn't know what you were actually talking about.
We're planning a surprise party.
I think when everyone watches this back.
Unbelievable. I did in fact. So firstly, for the barbecue theme, it's a glass of wine which is filled way too high, or at least it was, but I've drank a good few slurps from it now, which is classic behavior. If you don't overdo it with your own measurements at a barbecue, is it even a barbecue? And secondly, I actually did have a plate of barbecued food. Didn't have one today, but was at one yesterday, had a lot of leftovers, and I got that. And then kind of as I sat waiting for you guys here before the start of the show, just ate it. It looked good. It looked delicious. I just ate it, and I'm not even sorry. So all I have is an empty plate, and classic. I have a skewer that I don't know what to do with now. So that's just sitting on my plate. Ailish is back. There she is. Okay, wow. All right.
For the audience, could I just say for everyone, put your closed captioning on, because it is having an absolute mare this evening. So everyone, please put that on, because they didn't know what you said, Ben, when you said with the skewer. So anytime you say skewer, they don't know what that is. Skewer.
Okay, skewer.
I hear Scooter. Guys, if this is an absolute nightmare, we'll give it another 5 minutes, but then I'll go back downstairs.
Cool. Well, I start. We're at a barbecue together. We're just hanging out. Keego, tell us about your holiday, mate.
Well, it actually started on Friday while you two beautiful tits were doing your show with Ooh. So I was listening along while driving, adhering to the speed limit. Got to Cork, and we've had BBQs every day. So I've had about as much meat in me this week so far.
As a Deb's night.
I can't think of it.
As a Deb's night.
So full of meat, I can't think of any. Yeah, there you go. I'm like a Deb's night. Oh my God, that's horrific. Oh,
that's
well, I tell you what,
sad.
I do have in here. I just found this. Anytime anyone says anything inappropriate, they get the hairdryer of truth, which is, it's not working. They don't get the hairdryer of truth. I just found that in the floor. I don't know what else. I have nothing else in here. But yes, no, I am in Cork, and everyone is really nice in Cork. Far too nice. It's like they're hiding something. So there's obviously something happening in Cork that they don't want anyone else to know about, so they're overly nice to you. So I take that kind of token niceness to heart and take it seriously. So I've been treated like the queen I am all week so far.
Nice.
Well, with Cork, they definitely are hiding something. There are a number of podcasts to attest that the thing they're hiding is murderers. I mean, there's a high percentage of murderers who've been found and questioned and unopened case, still open cases, and people live down in Cork. Did you listen to the West Cork podcast? That's what it's called.
Hang on, per capita. This is like the COVID numbers per capita. Like as a like my granddad was in Cork, and like I've 82nd cousins and whatever in Cork. I think per capita, Limerick is winning.
Right. Okay.
Limerick has a reputation.
Okay. Hot take from Ailish there. She had a grandfather, and he wasn't a murderer.
I've only started drinking now, lads. Like, hot take from Ailish. I love this. I love accountability.
Ben, if you notice, neither of us are mentioning our granddads, so we obviously have something to hide. If Ailish's saying it out loud that her granddad wasn't a murderer, we've kind of just dropped our entire family in it. So
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't
Well, no, I mean,
isn't Cork rebel country?
I don't know. Is it Keego? Do you feel like a rebel being down there?
Without a cause.
Is
I
he
don't
gone?
know how I feel. You know what I mean? I was expecting. Have I gone? I thought I was
No,
here.
but
Can you not
it
hear
feels
me?
like there's a delay. No, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm just sitting there waving for 10 minutes. No one.
That is
We're
some
all news
delay.
reporters this
That
week.
is-
We're all like, you know,
that
that
is some
delay on
delay.
RT, like, hey, and back to the studio. Like, it's
So-
already delayed.
So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get into the same space pretty soon because the Wi-Fi in Cork,
Come here.
obviously
Come here with me.
all the murderers and all that. Well, I think that's a great idea. That's another hot take from Alo, full of hot takes. We might be taking over various apartments wherever Alo is because I don't know. I'm only speaking for myself, and I would never speak for Ben. But I haven't done any breaking and entering this week.
I do it all the time. If the door's open, it's fair game.
Well, we already know what would happen if you joined a German band of people that broke into people's houses and just moved furniture slightly and also spoons. We all know your fucking spoons thing. Okay, I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
For anybody who's watching, for anybody who wants to make it happen, and this is also a promise to my fellow tits, it's happening soon, probably not next week, but the week after when we do our last show of this series. It's going to be us all three together in the same place. Will it be at the mercy of Ailish's grandfather, where there's only one way in and one way out, and then he calls around? Will it be someone?
Will it be at the mercy of Wi-Fi signal? We don't know.
Well, so as we found out this week, this idea of us going to Killiney Beach and just hanging out there, well, Killiney Beach has been closed to swimmers and walkers due to pollution, so it's probably not going to be there.
We could go here.
We could.
That's because I went to the nudie beach and they closed it that second. So they're saying that the water
was pollution, was it? They were just being polite.
Unfit for humans. Yeah, it's more a visual pollution than a sea pollution, you know.
Yeah, that is quite an unwashed ball sack you got into the sea.
Yeah. So if Manscaped are watching, I need a bit of help here, and I might be a really good promotional tool for you. Emphasis on the word tool. So get in touch.
I mean, with your beard, you're rocking the kind of Jason Statham is Santa Claus vibe. Is what you've got going on.
Yeah, this is. I now know what it's like to be a big-breasted woman because no one is looking me in the eye anymore. People are kind of going, "What's no?" Well, no, they're very much not saying that, but they're just wondering what's happening. We're kind of. I've kind of decided to get rid of vanity here, guys. So I've let the downstairs grow and I've let the upstairs grow out. So. That's kind of my new hippie way because I can't grow any hair up here, but this is the real me I'm presenting to you. Inadequacies and all.
Well,
put the
kids
mask
and
back
grown-ups,
on, she said.
Kids and grown-ups love her so. It's Ailish. Ailish, what have you done this week?
What haven't I done? Like, I'm literally trying to make up for lost time of being in my house the whole week. I don't know how long the Wi-Fi is.
Of course, you are out after. Like, you're fine. You were identified as a close contact. You've been quarantining. You didn't have it. You're out. This is you. You're safe.
Didn't have it. Went for a test on Friday. Got the result on Saturday. Didn't have it. Went to Dalkey. And was a super spreader of the weekend of negativity. You know, like that's. That was what I did. No, I went to Dalkey and then I also went to Wicklow. My boyfriend's getting a dog and we went to go meet the dog and it was the cutest little thing in the world and his name was Oreo. And what else? We went to Blessington. Then I think Monday it was just like a walk in Dalkey. I was making up all the steps that I lost. Like my step counter was like the whole week going, you're not doing anything. What the fuck? At the weekend. And Yeah, I like the pools have opened. I went for a swim on Tuesday. I'm just back from a swim now, but because it's so hot, you couldn't fucking tell. I am having cold bath. It's just too hot, guys. I'm not coping well with it.
It is hot. It is not conducive for just having a good night's sleep. You're roasting.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so this is interesting, Keego. Sorry.
How about you? How about you, Ben? How about you, Ben?
Well, so this is interesting. So Keego,
you're on track.
You're on holiday. What are you? Are you staying in a hotel? Are you staying with family? Are you in a place that's self-catering? What's your holiday deal?
Ben, I'm going to tell you, right, there are levels to holidays. Okay, there's caravans, tents.
Then there's slumming it.
There's slumming it. There's in the high ace van. There's hotel, and then there is self-catering lodges in a 5-star resort. So I am being treated. Yeah. No, glamping is, that's not real. You do that electric picnic once a year, and you kind of hope you get to go back to your house. You know what I mean? I'm in here now. This isn't a house. This is a lodge. Okay. How many bedrooms? I'm in one of the bedrooms here. We have spare bedrooms in this place. That's how posh it is. We just open the door and say, "Look at all this space," and then close the door. But sorry, Ben, I don't know what you were going to go there.
Well, no, the last couple of days actually I've been on a little break. It was my girlfriend's birthday, and I took her to. So I tell you what, I don't mind saying it because it's not going to be a negative review. If you're looking for a place to have a break, I went to a place called Brook Lodge, which is in Wicklow, about an hour outside of Dublin, and it's really nice. It's really nice. But one of the things that I encountered, which I didn't realize about the adjustment from just being your own person to staying in a hotel, is that we've spent 18 months in a lockdown where we've basically pleased ourselves. We've, if we wanted a slice of toast, the moment we had that thought, we have a slice of toast. If we want 5 helpings of cereal that day, we can do it. If we want pizza for breakfast, we can go and do it. It takes no time at all to access any of these things. Even though you're in a hotel and you're back to normal and there's like a guy bringing you stuff at breakfast or dinner, you suddenly have this well of rage inside of you that it's not happening as quick as if you just did it in your own home, which is a terrible thing to admit.
You're being served.
I know.
You're just like,
I know. You absolutely are, but having to go back to the rigmarole of it, because also there's a lot of so when you get up in the morning, the breakfast buffet is no longer a breakfast buffet. You have to have everything brought to you. So suddenly you see some Cocoa Pops, you go, I want some Cocoa Pops. I could normally have some Cocoa Pops, but because of COVID, I've got to have a guy.
Over there.
Yeah, I've got to have a guy fuck around for half an hour getting me some Cocoa Pops. And all of this, it's a wonderful place. It was genuinely a wonderful place to stay, but I was not ready for that kind of, I just want to do it myself kind of, it could have been anywhere. And I was just like, wow,
this is the weirdest.
We've spoiled ourselves.
With independence.
It's the weirdest TripAdvisor review ever. You know what I mean? The service was great. I just wanted to do it myself. It's such a weird.
I mean, I know it.
A weird review.
It wasn't a relationship. It wasn't a breakup, but it was a classic case of, look, it's not you, it's me. And in this case, it really was me. It's like over the last 18 months, I have developed into the most unbearable arsehole.
You just become independent.
Yeah. Well, but so that's the thing. Like, I must say, I never was rude to anybody because, I was able to check that behavior and that thinking process. Like, there was nothing wrong with the folks that were working there. Although it was a laugh because there was obviously an element where there's a lot of people, because it's the first weekend for them open, and there's a lot of people who were like, 18 months, I don't remember how to carry a chicken. There was a lot of that. So there was a lot of kind of like, this is kind of funny. It's there was a lot of waiting ages for drinks, and then when they would walk by, they'd see you, remember you, be like, oh, you thought I forgot about you, and I went, I didn't think I know until you saw me just there. You did, and so
I actually have an observation. I'm sure you have it already, Ben and Aylo. You would have had it being out and about with everything open. You're seeing more of humans than we have seen in the last 18 months. Like I've seen more feet in the last week. I used to have to Google feet with the safe search filter off, whereas I'm seeing them all day, every day now. So everything is completely changed. I'm sorry.
That's such a strange thing to miss.
I'm going through
such a strange thing to miss. Considering that you've got two of your own that you can access at any time.
I smell a fetish. Lol.
I was just trying to slip in the kink to see how it was going, but no one else was going for it, so I just kind of withdrew.
You felt emboldened by last week's avoiding of talking about fetish show, and then you're like, okay.
Like, I know where the line is. I know where the line is, yeah.
Well, at least you missed my pre-show ritual this week, which is good.
I mean, it's my job. I'm the host. I have to ask what was... Oh, of course. I see what you mean. You were getting slapped by a finger of chocolate. That was... Yeah.
when I saw the chocolate come in, I was like, oh, no, what... Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're not going to get cancelled.
That's fine. We're not going to get cancelled. I feel like if that was the cancelable moment, then they haven't watched the last 24 shows.
Is this the 24th show? Have we done 24 hours?
Let's cancel these people.
I'm actually not sure. I'll tell you what, I'll have a little look. I think this is 24.
23, and next week is 24. Or is it 23? Because 24 would be great if we were all together. Look at that. Halo's all wins.
Keego just wants to come to the balcony. Keego, come on. Like, just stop hanging around in court.
For a balcony.
Is it your balcony?
No. My balcony's bigger, but it's not about size. It's about what you do with it. So this is like 50 square meter area.
Oh,
and
I agree 100%.
Yeah. But mine has deck chairs. It's got the whole view, and it's our kitchen and 3 bedrooms, so it's a lot longer.
Wow. Okay. This is in fact show 25.
My God.
Missed it.
Yeah, there are now as many Party Tits episodes out there as there are official James Bond movies. So there we are.
Congratulations to my tits. Well done.
Well done, everybody.
Here's to another 25, and to all of you at home.
Yeah.
If anybody is watching, I mean, I know you are. I can see your numbers, but if you're watching and you want to get involved, say hello. Send us a comment below on Facebook and YouTube. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. We say hello every week. We're like, hey guys, what's up?
Now, there is one that picked up on something you said earlier on, Ben. Now I don't know. It's either Aylo or myself. Where it says basically pleasing himself for a year. That's our Ben. I think that's our new T-shirt. Yes.
Sure. I mean, is that where we are now? 25 episodes into the Party Tits, we're resorting to putting up our own comments.
Yeah, we've always been highbrow, Ben. We've always been very, white collared when it comes to this.
We've always been highbrow. We've always been highbrow. I mean, sure. I mean, it's if you're looking for highbrow, it's not here, because after all, we are doing a live festival called Eargasm. So, and again, sorry, mate, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what it is, Ailish, that it always ends up over your face.
It's all right. It's okay. Joe, can we have a poster of just my face appearing? Because I think that's what's warranted at this point.
Does this work? Okay, so this works. If I change the settings so that
Yay!
That works. Or can we do it like that? No,
but we need a disapproving eye at some point. There you go, Ben. There it is. That's the one. Don't
buy tickets.
Don't blink until we finish this.
Totally.
Buy tickets.
I think I'm really
won't be allowed to blink, which means he'll lose one of his eyes. and we don't want to do that. So
it's fair to say, Keego, that that this is shaping up pretty nicely. I mean, this is the party tits are featuring in it, but this very much is your baby. And every week we have little private conversations about the new brilliant stuff that's happening as part of this. This is, I'm sorry, I'll get it here. I look like a giant. It's looking pretty. It's shaping up pretty well, isn't it? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I can't wait. Basically, this is me trying to repay all the people who have helped me last year doing comedy. So everyone who's going to be on the bill, including my beautiful tits, have helped me be a short, fat, bald man in comedy. I'm still a baby, so these guys have breastfed me, if you don't mind the mental image. So all of our friends are going to... Yeah, exactly. All of our friends are going to be taking over a venue, but it's not just us, it's everyone. There's a decent little community happening here. So we're going to have great lineups, we're going to have headliners, we're going to have promotions, free drinks, all that sort of stuff. But the main thing to take into account whenever you look at this is you are directly supporting Irish comedy. So everyone's going to be taken care of, but this is the kind of the rebirth of a new scene, basically. There's no gobshites here, and we want you all to be part of it.
So with that, whether the gobshites or not, is this also the place to full screen you and you tell us about another exciting thing that might be happening next week? Can we talk about that?
Oh, we can if you like, yes. This is brand new. So as we are gearing up for Eargasm, buy your tickets, of course. The Crack Shop is Ireland's version of the Comedy Store. Very, very hilarious play on words there. The Crack Shop opens next Wednesday, the 23rd, I believe. Time has lost all meaning. We're going to have 5 comics on. I'm going to present it. I promise I won't do comedy. I'm just going to bring people on. So don't worry about that. You get all the sexiness, but none of the failed comedy. But I'm going to bring real comedians on. We're going to have great crack. It's going to be a great list of comedians who are bringing their A game. So on Wednesday, we're going to break up the week with the Crack Shop. Add it on Facebook. We're going to have top comedians on. I'm going to start putting that out. I think it's going to be tomorrow or the next day. We'll start releasing the running order. But jump in Wednesday, 8:00. Get your beers ready.
Cool. And it's an online gig.
Screen there.
It's all right, but it's an online gig.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
But it will develop into a live gig. It will develop into something live.
Woo. Gigs.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Sorry, yes. Ben, I'm on holidays, so you're keeping this on track. Yes. So eventually we're going to bring this to real people in 3D. But right now we're going to, but the big key here is much like what we do here. It's going to be maximum interactions. We're going to get you in the Zoom. We're going to hear you giggle. We're going to hear you make any sort of bodily noises, and we're going to comment on it to your face. So it's going to be great fun. But no, Wednesday, 8:00, the 23rd. Keep an eye out on all of our socials. It'll all be out and about. But we're just trying to get people moving, get the crack going, because we are nearly out of this, whatever this weird lockdown phase we're in, where some people are vaccinated, some people are not. We can lick some people. We can't lick others. So in the meantime, we're going to go to the Crack Shop.
Mm-hmm. That's the only contribution I had at the very end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
I've recorded that for my ringtone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ailish
McCartney, 5 stars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So barbecues. I bloody love a barbecue, guys. Do you?
I've only ever had family barbecues. Like, I've never been to a mate's house and trusted them to cook the meat so that I wouldn't have the trots the next day. I've lost Ben.
That's I mean, you haven't lived until you have bought one of those little tinfoil supermarket barbecues, just that little pie dish with some charcoal in it, and then badly cooked some chicken in the middle of a park in the centre of Edinburgh, and within hours needed to shit your pants, and then and you know where you were going to get a public transport, where you were going to get a bus home, you've now treated yourself to a taxi because you need to get home and to use a toilet quicker. That's.
I thought you were going to say you've now treated yourself to walking home because you couldn't wait.
Oh my god! There's layers of. Like there's layers of barbecue. I'm always impressed when people have the whole shebang, the whole setup. Like there's a thing that folds out, and they've got charcoal. I went to a barbecue. My girlfriend's dad has a barbecue that is like attached to his phone, so he'd just sit in the house and cook everything with the app on his phone. And that's the future. I mean, it's not really barbecuing if you can sit and fuck around on your phone whilst the meat is like the other side of a brick wall from you, cooking itself and well. I mean, but there's layers of barbecuing, and it's a whole like where I work now. The place that I work now in the garden center has a whole barbecue section. I am taken aback at the artistry that goes around with just charring meat outdoors. It's incredible.
I remember I once brought a vegetarian to a barbecue, and we had the most impressive salads at that barbecue, because I was just like, they don't eat peppers, or like they're not rabbits where you just cut up a carrot. Like I have to go all out with the veg.
Yeah.
And they were like, why would you invite me to a fucking barbecue? I was just like, well, I wasn't going to exclude you. And whereas like my family, when we were growing up, like number one, there was no menu in this house. Number two, you picked the meat, and then you picked the potatoes or the carbohydrates and the veg around what meat you've chosen. You're going chicken. All right, grand. Is that a pasta or potato dish? Okay, we're going potatoes. So we go with veg. Or if it's pasta, we go mushrooms and cream or whatever. So you had to pick the meat first. And then everything else, it didn't matter. Like it wasn't the main event, if you get me. So that's you love a good barbecue in my family home.
I think we're beginning to understand you a little more. The fact that you started this, the fact that you started this with the sentence, an impressive array of salads. It feels like you just had a childhood of disappointing barbecues, and now I think we understand.
Like I don't think I could be vegetarian or vegan. Like I think I could be a carnivore. Like I think I could take them for the team in terms of the world and be like, okay, I'm just not going to eat as much veg as everyone else, and I'm going to be a carnivore. Like I could be the opposite. That's how much I love barbecues.
Wait a minute, are you a vegan or a vegetarian now? No.
I'm neither, thank God, but respect everybody who is.
Look at her. Look at her. We all think she's woke.
No, we
she
don't.
Ain't.
No,
she's
we
eating,
don't.
She's eating meat.
This girl, lol.
She's stuffing meat in her face.
That's another T-shirt, yeah. Oh my God.
Are you a vegetarian or a vegan? I'm not, thank God.
I'm not, thank God. I'm a carnivore.
I stuff loads of meat in my face. I'm not a vegan.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, lads.
But the best thing about those silver ones, because they're I don't know if you guys know this, but they're actually left over from the Sellafield nuclear plant in Wales. They exported a load of these silver ready-made nuclear bombs, and that's what we buy. So if you throw the match in and you put your meat on it, chicken and or beef,
and you put your meat on it the way you
sounds like Catholic sex education. It does. It's like you might as well be dressed as a nun going, and then the man will put his meat on it and we'll all pray to St. Augustine, and the next thing you emerge 28 years old.
And if you lose a
the worrying part of that is you're able to you're able to read my mind, because what I was about to say was Put Your Meat on It is the name of a film. No, but the I made myself laugh on the inside there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's 25 hours of work in there. But no, we actually tried to cook, because we had notions during the week. So we tried to barbecue halloumi. So this is a salty cheese, which is, Celtic Tiger stuff. It is beautiful. We're not talking Tesco cheddar here. We're talking Bono, Where the Streets Have No Name, all this sort of stuff, right? Proper cheese. But the problem is the heat from the Sellafield barbecue melted the cheese all the way through, and started a fire. I started a fire with cheese this week, so that's my big thing.
That's how fire was made, ladies and gentlemen, and should be foretold this way. That's a prophecy. That's a prophecy for season.
I think you're right, Ella. They left a big load of milk over there in the corner going, we'll get to it. It became halloumi. They went to put it on a barbecue. It set fire. I don't know how they lit the barbecue. There's a lot of plot holes in this. It's a bit like Minority Report. But yeah.
A bit like the Bible in general.
Oh! He walks in and he puts meat on the barbecue. Yes.
And then a snake came
first
down
you got to
and
turn
said,
the lights off. Wow. Deb's flashback. Yeah.
Lol.
That's funny. That's good. Sorry. I think I fell down in the gap between signals there. That's
It's all right.
I don't know. I do love a barbecue. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of barbecues that happen, and a lot of meat is cooked, and in a way, the meat just need not happen, because what we're all really interested in is the drinking in the sunshine in a garden. That's all we're really there for.
Take that
back. Yeah, you see, I'm with AO on this. This is it's like the scales of justice.
Sin.
Yeah, because everyone has rule, like their role at the barbecue. There's a person who will let you near the barbecue. They're gonna cook it. And that's fine. I don't care. Cook me my food, bitch. I don't care. Yeah. But there's also got to be a meat to booze ratio that needs to be adhered to. It's an EU. It's part of the Geneva Convention, I believe it was. That was about war crimes and booze at barbecues. So I think.
Yeah, that was my favorite bit about it. You know, after they'd imprisoned all the Nazis, then they got like a guy in a chef's hat. I went, all right, what do you see as being the optimum?
and then
I mean, you're right. I judge a barbecue by whether the wine is served from bottles. I judge a barbecue by whether it's served in bottles or boxes. You know, like it's not a barbecue if there's not wine in a giant colostomy bag in a cardboard box
with a sexy little tap on it, though, Ben, to make us feel posh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
If you like, it's not always the guarantee you'll drink at a barbecue, because you have your designated desis and you have your people who are pregs, and you got like people just not drinking. But it's guaranteed that people are going to bring meat or tofu or even halloumi to the barbecue. They're like, "Oh, do you want me to bring something?"
No.
I mean, that's a lifetimes of disappointing family barbecues that's talking there, mate. I mean, that's you have to start trusting friends and only friends, and that's only the people invited to be giving you barbecues, because if you're tofu, I mean, people bring meat and tofu. I mean, for fuck. I mean,
I'm using I'm wagging my finger for so long so that if you have a screen delay, you still see me wagging my finger. If anyone brings tofu to a barbecue, they have to be asked to leave. That's it. Leave the booze at the door and they can go home. That's ridiculous.
Get out. That's like
actually,
looking at the stand menu in FX Buffet. It's like, get out.
I do. No, to be honest, I actually do feel for people who have to bring their own vegetarian substitute to a barbecue. I feel like if you're running a barbecue should take into account that maybe vegetarians or vegans will be coming along. There's nothing sadder than like just piles of meat when you come around to a barbecue, just meat piling up, and then like one guest arrive with their own like frozen box of Linda McCartney's sage and onion sausages, and they have to hand it over. Like, sorry, I'm a waste of space. And I feel like if you're going to invite people around, fucking take into account there's going to be people who might not want what's being served.
And like handing it over like an arts degree in an interview. Just there you go.
No, hand it over like you're two spies meeting in a park.
Yeah, Yeah.
Like just sheepishly handing over with the code word of the butterflies in Moscow are beautiful this weekend, and then like some guy just like pushing you away, and then the secret police arrive and then throw you in. Like it's.
Yeah, they just walk in with
it's
the briefcase going, this vegetarian thing is not working out for me. Yeah. Just get another barbecue out the front garden. That's where you put them. But in fairness to Linda McCartney, right? In fairness to her sausage rolls aren't bad. Now, I don't want to be shot for that. Her sausage rolls aren't bad. That's not code either. It sounds like I'm talking to the Russians. But no, her sausage rolls aren't bad. The rest of it now.
Yeah, it feels like a euphemism.
They don't belong in a barbecue. So you put them. Yeah. Her sausage rolls aren't bad. It's the name of my memoir. Or is it a film I accidentally starred in? We don't know.
Corn is lovely as well and is like made from mushrooms, but it actually does the job. Corn.
Yeah.
That's up itself though.
This has become a supermarket list. Like when did my bank account become a supermarket receipt, like a massive supermarket list going, yeah, I got that bottle of wine that time. Yeah, I bought those chickens that time. Yeah, I got butter on Saturday because I was running out. Yeah, I got the milk on Tuesday because we were out as well. You know, like when did my fucking bank account become a shopping list? I blame.
Well, that's the worst part of, you know, when you're scammed now, they call you and they ask you, sorry, Ben, I think there's a delay here. Apologies, I'm in Cork. There's a hamster on a wheel out the back here. Get for the Wi-Fi. But they call you if you've been scammed, and they go through your last, you know, your purchase to say it's you, or to ask if it's you, and you have to admit to all of this alcoholic purchases in Tesco. So it's like, did you buy 400 quid's worth of red wine, one packet of Linda McCartney sausage rolls for token at the barbecue, and 1,800 euros of meat? It's like, yes, I did. Okay, I didn't get scammed, unfortunately.
It's like, were you having a party? That's when they're really judging you. But were you having a party?
Okay.
No. And then you're like, no. And then they're like, okay.
That's the one thing that the club captioning picked up absolutely accurately, was what I just said.
You ever looked at a receipt? You ever looked at a receipt and just thought, what am I doing to my bowels? You ever felt like shame? You ever felt like... You ever felt like I probably
shame
should show
is the
this
word
to my...
Zaytoon at the top.
Yeah. I should show it to my doctor.
Shame
and then he
is the
can
word
advise.
Zaytoon at the top of it. Shame is the word Zaytoon at the top of a receipt. That's it.
If there's a night where you're going to war on the toilet, just leave the receipt on the fridge. So then when your missus is coming in, she opens, she's like, oh, that's why he's in there.
Yeah, you like somebody comes in, just like, are you all right? You don't even have to say anything. Just hand them the receipt of your last shop.
Just put it up in the fridge. Yeah.
I actually have this. A friend of mine told me this. If you put toilet roll in the fridge, that sends the message to the entire house. So that solves this whole speaking to people problem after having a Zaytoon at 4 a.m. Just one roll
message?
of toilet paper in the fridge.
Is it the message to move out? Is that the message that's being sent?
I have to
Yeah,
leave.
I don't know. Well, it was divorce. I don't know what the message is now, but yeah.
Toilet roll in the fridge. Fucking hell. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's away. Oh, where is he? What's he doing? He's in Cork.
No, I'll be back.
Probably doing a murder. Oh, he's back.
He's back. I love what is it? I'm kind of flirting with my percentage. I'm at 14% now, and my screen is so dark because I'm trying to save battery.
14%. And 14 minutes left of the show. Will Ailish
so
last?
If I leave abruptly, it's a race against time, you guys. If I leave abruptly, we know why.
Hour 25. Who will survive? That's it.
Who will survive?
Okay, I think. All right, I think we're locking it in. It may be the enormous glass of wine talking that is having this effect, but I think we're locking it in. It's not Killiney Beach, the last show of the series. So we're talking 24th. We're doing it live, and I think, if Ailish, if you're amenable, we're doing it live. And we'll get a little booster pack for internet. So don't worry, we can absolutely make it We can absolutely make it work so we all sound like we're having the same conversation rather than this weird three-way Wi-Fi fuck around that this episode seems to be. Like we all...
This is the trial, guys. I was taking one for the team, okay? I was saying, like, can we, host outside? And it's debatable. And Keego was like, can we host in Cork? I think it'd be a little bit slower. If we were to gig in Cork when things open up again, I think we'd have to talk a bit slower.
That's funny. That's funny. If technology doesn't even understand me saying skewer, then
no, I was talking about Cork.
Yeah.
Could we just say I'm still in Cork, so I think Cork is lovely. I think all the Cork people are lovely, and that's all I want to say about that. Based on the recent.
So where are you?
Murder in Cork.
Where are you in Cork? Because the first time I ever came to Ireland, it was Cork, and it was an amazing time.
Yeah, in all seriousness, it's absolutely fantastic. We're staying in the Photo Island Resort, one of the lodges off there, not the hotel, because only we stay in hotels, or they didn't have room for us, one or the other. But no, so there's a load of us have come down and taken over 2 houses. So basically, we get up in the morning and we went today to Spike Island, which was a prison. Had a tour of a prison, which is a weird way to spend a cheerful holiday, but it was very cheerful. And then every day
if you fuck up this holiday, you're in here.
Exactly, and that's exactly what they said to us when we got off the boat. It's like, listen, if you misbehave, we're locking the doors here. But we were the last boat back, so they made a point to let us know, if you miss this boat, you're staying the night on Spike Island. And then that kind of got me started I don't know if anyone remembers, if anyone has remembered a film called Toy Soldiers from the very, very early 90s. You're both obviously too young, but it's got Sean Astin and a couple of the 80s Brat Pack in it. It's about a boarding school taken over by Cuban militants. And I kind of had that same vibe at Spike Island tonight. So I think everyone should watch Toy Soldiers. But to answer your question, Ben, Cork is brilliant. We're in Photo Island. We're right beside a golf course. I tried to play golf. It was more violent than what you watch on TV. I killed 14 rabbits and 2 people in 18 holes. So that's a record.
Okay, so that's the barbecue sorted then.
That's the barbecue. Yeah, that's the dinner.
That's funny.
It. I'll bring them home in the car.
I really liked Cork. Cork's weird. Like, since I've come to Ireland, everybody seems to make like Cork and the Cork accent and Cork people like they are the strange butt of the joke. And it feels like Cork is the Aberdeen of Scotland, like a lot of people will use Aberdonians and Aberdeen as a punchline in Scotland, and it feels like Cork. And every time I've been to Aberdeen and every time I've been to Cork, it's like, I understand what the problem is here. It's just jealousy. It's not that there's anything less than. It's just people are fucking jealous of this kind of wonderful little sphere of life that these people have.
I think you've been living in Dublin for too long, so there's a rivalry there.
Oh, is there a rivalry? Sure. Gossip, do tell.
So I'll spill the gossip for you. I don't think you're ready for this, Jilly. So Dublin is the capital. Hit him with that truth bomb, Ailish. Yeah, Dublin is the capital of Ireland, but Cork is the biggest county, so they feel they deserve to be the capital of Ireland as they take up the most of it. And we said no, and they won't let it go. So it's kind of that rivalry, but then it's also Dublin against all of Ireland. So I'll go with you on the jealousy thing.
Okay.
But I think, Ailish, I think you've come up with something really interesting there, accidentally, on purpose. The capital city thing, I think we should rotate it around the country, and it would make everyone up their game. Because when Wicklow becomes the capital city of Ireland, the whole game is going to change. Up is down, black is white, left is right, orgies are now normal, all this sort of stuff.
There is 10,000 people in Longford. Do you think we're going to have the chalice? Not even Longford town. Longford.
No, but
There's 10,000
but
people in there. Do you think we're going to hand the chalice to them?
it'd be a quiet year, to be fair. It'd be a very quiet year. And we could use that year. It'd be like lockdown. We'd learn a new skill, whether it's baking bread or the Kama Sutra. We'd learn something. You know what I mean?
I just think
rewind?
whoever wins the Rose of Tralee, wherever they are from, they get to run the country for a year. That should be how it works. I mean, this is completely off because it's not this year. But like every time I think of the counties, I think of the Rose of Tralee, and the first time I watched that, I just thought it was the funniest. I mean, it's not like the people who are on it are doing it because they like it as a great competition, but it's a beauty pageant. And there's a great bit where they talk about whatever is their specialist talent. And a lot of people sing and a lot of people dance. My favorite thing I saw is that I think was it Miss Galway had worked out a way of like taking a boot, putting a bottle into the boot, and you getting a way of like if you didn't have a bottle opener, you can like put a bottle in a shoe and whack the shoe a couple of times and the cork will come out the bottle, and then that is a way of legitimately opening a bottle. And that was her talent. That was on a national beauty pageant competition, her lobbying you to vote as the greatest woman in Ireland. Like that's my favorite. I love the Rose of Tralee.
On the Savage Eye, they dressed up David McSavage and they were like, what are you going to do for your talent? I'm going to build a bedside cabinet. And he like flicks his wig over his shoulder, just hammering at a cabinet. It's like, isn't she beautiful now? Isn't she gorgeous? Such grace. Yeah. And I'm actually very surprised the Rose of Tralee has not been opened to, like, Ireland is very forward thinking on the LGBTQ, and it's like LGBTQ month, but like we have transgender athletes. Why don't we have transgender Roses of Tralees?
Because that means
did I just open?
Now look, you've opened Pandora's box, if we're allowed to phrase it that way. But no, wow, that's a quadruple on top.
Well, I think there hasn't been any transgender people in Rose of Tralee because most transgender people have the common sense to look at it and go, "Fuck that." I mean, that's why. There's so much more. There's so much more in my life I want to focus on rather than putting a bottle into a shoe and trying to get the contents in the bottle like I'm a hungry fucking bee. Like that's.
Seagull's laughing over here as well.
I mean, is it? I mean, are they not? Transgender people not allowed to, or like, is it just haven't? I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, it could be the case that none have applied, but I'm very surprised at that, especially with how things have evolved, and especially with the whole debate around transgender athletes. Why don't we have transgender pageants?
Just sure. Or do you mean transgender people in like everyone's? Sure, whatever. Yes, Keego, you at the back.
Can I put a theory? Can I put a theory forward that is going to? We're getting serious for a second. The reason why we don't have transgender people on the Rose of Tralee is because there are a lot of people who find transgender people nothing wrong with it, but very sexually attractive. Okay, they have
they're going to blow everybody away.
Smash a little paper, and they're going to look better than everybody else.
Their makeup,
top notch. And look, some people aren't ready for that jelly, as you said earlier on.
I'm so proud of you for using that.
God bless. All right, well,
just get that back in.
Yeah.
How do we? The next step then is we have a platform. We three white folks. We have a platform. How do we make it happen? Let's it starts here.
It starts here. We talk about it.
Yeah.
And
the white savior complex has to be put to good use. Let's force a transgender person against their will into the Rose of Tralee. Shut up. You just get in and do it for
white straight people. Three white heterosexuals.
We'll be the management.
I'll escort. I'll be the escort for that transgender entrant. If that's the right term. I'll be the escort. So I'll wear a suit. Yeah, I'll wear a suit. I'll dress reverse, whatever.
So this is another thing that fascinates me as well as like all the Roses of Tralee. there's each of them gets like a what do you call it, like a
escort.
guy that just an escort. Well, I mean, not like a grubby kind of escort, like we found your number in a phone box in Soho, like not like that kind of thing. But you know, like they all have like a guy.
I thought it was a car.
Yeah.
I thought it was a car.
They all just an escort.
But the guys
they all get a classic
boyfriends.
70s automobile. Like
So the guys aren't their boyfriends.
Yeah.
They pick lads who are attractive looking, and they would be the escorts, and the boyfriends would be invited to watch as another guy who's attractive is like bringing in and putting his arm out, and the girl's just like, oh, thank you, and like walking around. Like that's not girlfriend.
It feels like there's a lot of that which is open to absolute fucking Me Too abuse. I mean, it feels like there's just a lot of Big Dahi O'Shea's got a lot to answer for facing off that show. It feels like there's some stuff going down there, and we don't know any of it yet.
We want to stay away.
I think we can infiltrate this entire. We can infiltrate this entire operation, guys. And I think the movement starts now. So I'll be the escort, not the car. I'll be the escort for the weekend. Go on.
Did you know Miss Ireland can't be married? Any of the contestants for Miss Ireland has to be single status.
Why?
Isn't that a disgrace? I have no idea.
Virginal.
They have to be under the age 28, and they can't have already been married. Like they have to be single for the pageant of Miss Ireland. That's a requirement.
I mean, like they have people, like the Miss Ireland competition. They have like people from Texas because they've opened it up to this Irish diaspora thing. So you can have a chance of winning that competition, and you don't even reside. You're not even a tax resident in Ireland. But woe betide you if you've got a husband. Like woe betide you if you've stood in front of a vicar or a priest and got together. That's fucking ridiculous. All right, Ailish. Series 5. Series 5. We're going to make you the Rose of Tralee. How about you become like the Rose of Tralee mole?
Yeah.
On Party Tip's behalf.
How about we are all the Rose of Tralee in Series 5? Because anybody could be the Rose of Tralee. We're all going to put our glad rags on, and we're all going to be on a pageant together.
Yeah, and the real Rose of Tralee was the friends we made along the way. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
I identify as the Rose of Tralee, so that could be fine. No, I think that's the way forward. I shouldn't. No, wait. When we start the show, I won't say that. Yeah, it'd be good.
We did such good supportive work, Keego, and
if there wasn't a delay, this would be savage comedy.
God bless us. Right, well, we've got 2 minutes until the end of the show.
Windows. All my neighbors are like rubbish.
Well, we've got 2 minutes till the end of the show.
Okay, so Ben, the host, made a pimp decision earlier on. Yeah, so we're jumping in next Thursday. Is next Thursday going to be the time where the three of us meet for the first time in 3D since the last, what was it, a half? It was about 4 weeks we were allowed out before Christmas.
No. The next one. We've got 2 more shows in this series, and I'm saying that we do it for the finale. So it's the 24th. So we've got one show that we'll still do online.
Oh, well then.
Just the 3 of us.
I completely.
And then after that,
I'm not leaving. My balcony's not going anywhere, Keego.
Yeah, but basically we're battling whether Ailish gets evicted in the next 2 weeks or not.
And if you donate to our Ko-Fi page,
donate to the Ko-Fi, yeah. Keep Ailish.
So
lifestyle should become custom.
So our next party, we don't know what it is, but we pulled barbecue out our arse at short notice. So stay tuned.
Wow. What a mental image.
And that's going to be Thursday's illusion. After that, the 24th, we're going to have our last show and then when we come back, we'll we've still got a lot of time between that last show and Eargasm. What does society look like? It feels strange. I don't know about you guys. It feels strange to still be doing online shows in a world where things are opening back up again. So we'll think about what the next step for the party tits is. It might, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. We haven't had the conversation yet, but we've got 2 more shows of this series, and one of them is going to be the 3 of us together leaning out of Ailish's bathroom window, which is going to be a great laugh.
Awkward. You better all know how to do
Balcony,
Twister, okay?
yeah,
You better have all been doing your yoga poses.
But
I'm bringing back the
so
orgasm pistols.
the orgasm. So once again, Eargasm. Get your tickets for Eargasm and give us a plug again, Keego, for the Crack Shop. When is it? Where is it? Where can we access that?
23rd in your own home. Where would you like? Dress code optional. It'll be going straight through Zoom. So once you say you're going to go, I'll send you a link, and you just click that link and you show up. We would love you to have your camera on. I know some people are burnt out. Put your camera on, put your mic on. We want to hear all the banter, all the rubbish, all the heckles, all that sort of stuff. Be nice though. But to reiterate, it's a midweek top class comedy show where it's not going to go on for 14 hours like this speech is going on for. We're going to have 5 comedians doing 10 of the best minutes they have, which, you know, for most people is only 5 minutes, but the comedians are so good they can do 10 minutes. So links are going to be going out this week, but it's all free. We will ask you to donate to keep the lights on in comedians' houses. But if you want them to live in darkness, just enjoy by yourselves in your guilt dome. But we will see you on the 23rd of June. But we will see you as party tits well before that.
Wow. I think that is my favorite moment of the show, describing a head as a guilt dome. Perfect. What a way to end the show.
Amazing.
I've been Ben, guys. Thank you very much for being part of this. These guys have been
the party tits. Bye,
no,
tits.
what is it? I can't believe we're
Orgasm
25
pistols.
shows in. I've been Ben.
Wow.
What the fuck is also your names? And then say goodbye. That's
I've been Ailish.
yes.
No, wait, we'll do it again. Just do it again. We can edit this out. I've been
It's all
Ben.
right. We're
We
not
shut
live,
the fuck
thank
up and
God.
do something stupid. We do something stupid in the background. That's it. Right.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, guys. I've been Ben. You've been great.
Or
I've been Ailish.
Orgasm
And Keego's been Keego.
That's how we're going to do the show. I've been Ben. I've been
I hope we
Ailish.
get this right
Orgasm
next week.
Pistols. Here's the titles.